Family members, the heat is truly on in Old Trafford because you are staring at a 186 run lead so far. England have 3 wickets in hand, but they will very well push the lead past 200. What will India's tactics be? Do they have the tenacity? Do they have the fight in them to ensure that they can at least salvage something from this match? Because remember, after England bat, you basically have 5 sessions. You have 5 sessions to save the test match. You have to first erase the deficit and then give them a target. Firstly is their time. That is what England will be hoping that they do it. Ensure they bat India out of the contest, finish the game very quickly, and then head into the Oval, considering the fact that 2 of the 3 bowlers are totally worn down. Jasprit Bumrah in particular. Now, Morne Morkel, the bowling coach, was asked very tough questions on the entire situation that unfolded on day 3 rather. The body language was flat, the execution was flatter. Gill, the captain, had lot of unanswered questions. Morne Morkel on the introduction of Washington Sundar so late in the innings. He mentioned that Shubman Gill only made that decision. Gill's decision was that we will introduce Washington Sundar late because he believed that pace could get you wickets. Tactical blunder number 1. Now on Shardul Thakur, basically he took the decision. Shardul Thakur himself mentioned that the captain only has a say. If the captain says that I will not be bowling that much, I have to abide by that. Shardul Thakur, 11 overs in the entire test match. And you may not see him bowl that many. Tactical blunder number 2. As far as Jasprit Bumrah and everybody is concerned, Morne Morkel tried to give a different spin to it by saying India bowled better today as compared to day 2. But there are concerns over Jasprit Bumrah. Honestly, there is concerns because his pace, 140 plus, he's not even touched that frequently. He's bowling in the late, if you look at it, early 130s. What is going on with Jasprit Bumrah? There is a lot of concern over that. Come whatever may, in this match, he's probably played it for the last time. He's not playing oval because of the short turnaround period. So India have plenty of unanswered questions. If they lose the match, which is very much a possibility, who do they pinpoint the blame on? What was the logic of getting in an Anshul Kamboj on that? Morne Morkel mentioned Anshul Kamboj, actually the name was doing the rounds for a very long time. A very long time Anshul Kamboj's name was doing the rounds. How did it start? This is the basic thing which is going on at this point in time, because clearly you could see he had an epic struggle. Be it yesterday, be it even on day 2, Anshul Kamboj might have gotten the wicket of Ben Duckett, but I'm sorry. Otherwise, he's lacked penetration, he's lacked the pace, he's lacked the swing, and because of that, it is a lot of questions. What was the team selection all about? Why did you select the team in such a way that a Prasidh who was gaining confidence, you drop him? Agreed, Akashdeep's injury created a lot of confusion. But then what do you do? So that is where you have to now question the team management and the team tactics. Simple. India are staring at an abyss. England are poised to get a lead in excess of 200. And if India managed to get them to under 200 as well, still the pitch and the conditions will ensure that India lack that discipline. So that's why it's not looking good at all for India at this stage. It is now day 4 and it will be an epic struggle for them to save the match. However, there was another cricket match which happened, because in the West Indies versus Australia Test T20I that happened at Warner Park, St. Kitts, Shai Hope hit a century. West Indies notched up 214. But in the end, many people were saying that it was 20 runs too short. And it was proven to be because Tim David created history in Warner Park, St. Kitts when he blasted 100 of 37 balls. It was the 3rd fastest T20I 50 100 against a full member nation. It was the fastest ever by an Australian. And because of that, Australia have taken a 3-0 lead in the 5-match T20I series. They have won a T20I series for the very first time in England, in West Indies, which is why this is a remarkable feat. They are now matching India for as far as T20I performances are concerned in the past 1 year. Even they have been winning on a consistent basis. So it's all boiling up to a very interesting 2026 T20 World Cup that's going to take place in India and Sri Lanka. What's going to happen? It's anybody's guess at this stage in time. But Tim David's record-breaking century combined with Mitch Owen's 36 of 16 has ensured West Indies continue to remain winless against Australia in this current series. Now, as far as the other sports are concerned, you at least are assured 2 medals in the Badminton Asian Championships that's going on currently. You're assured of 2 medals, and that itself shows that India's badminton strength is pretty okayish at this point in time in the juniors. However, in the China Open, there is only hopes on Satvik Sairaj, Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty. They are in the semi-finals, which will happen at 1:30 today in the China Open 1000 event. But they are up against Aaron Chia and Suivik, the duo that has really troubled them even in head-to-head encounters and also dumped them out in the Olympics. So that is why Satvik Sairaj, Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty will have to ensure that they overcome Aaron Chia and Suivik. But otherwise, they face Maulana and Fikri potentially in the final as well. And that's not going to be easy whatsoever. But now, today's big day is the Women's Chess World Cup final. Whatever happens, at the end of the day, only India will win. Because Koneru Hampi versus Divya Deshmukh is going to happen today. 4:30 p.m. IST, you will see the match begin. Simple thing, Koneru Hampi has got experience. Apart from the World Juniors and the Olympiad, Divya Deshmukh doesn't have experience of major FIDE finals when you look at it. Hampi has that. So that is why Koneru Hampi versus Divya Deshmukh is going to begin today. Hampi, a trendsetter, one of the greatest to have played the sport as far as women's chess is concerned in the country. Divya Deshmukh, forever when you look at it, idolizing her, and that is why it's really a clash of generations. I mean, if you have to look at it, there have been instances way back about 100 years as well. Alekin versus Emmanuel Lasker, Jose Raul Capablanca versus Emmanuel Lasker. 20-year age gap. Here it's a 19-year age gap. So Anand also, in one of the things he played against, I think Korchnoi. I don't know how it is. So this is a really big day for Indian chess in particular. India will win the World Cup, come whatever may. So that's why epic feat that's going to happen in the next couple of days. You have to enjoy it. The victory will not happen today. It could happen tomorrow. So if there is a clear-cut victor in the classical games, then you don't need to go to Monday for the tiebreakers. But if there is a victor in the there's no victor in the classical, you will play the tiebreakers on Monday. So that's how we are looking at it. So I'll take a couple of comments. Deba and Majumdar saying, Anshul must get oval test. He must get one more test in oval. If he steps up good, or else we look for replacement. Indian team selection can't be in the hire and fire mode. But Debayan, that is how things have been going on. That is how things are going on in Indian cricket. It is hire and fire. You play 2-3 games and then you are fired. You play one more game, what difference is it going to make? Sure, there will be changes galore when you have to look at the India versus England test match at the Oval. There will be plenty of changes because Bumrah is not playing. So Anshul will get a game come what may. But then this hire and fire policy doesn't work at this point in time. It's never worked. But India's selection is such, you'll have to do hire and fire. Doesn't it seem odd? Priyanshu saying that whoever comes in PC just says captain's fault. Captain's fault indeed. Tactically, he was way off the mark. Everybody agreed into it, but it all begins with the captain. The buck stops with the captain. And whom are you supporting, Divya or Hampi? Tough one. Very tough one. But I think going with the experience factor and looking at the way how she has a very all-round game, I would go with Koneru Hampi. But it's not bad even if Divya Deshmukh wins. Let the youngsters win. Yaar. Let the young blood ensure that Indian chess is taken forward. But Hampi is a legend, and if there is a World Cup win attached to a resume, it only solidifies the thing that she is one of the greatest chess players that has ever come from India. So that's why it's a tough one, but I am rooting for Hampi. Hampi is one of the greatest ever. And that's why. But nothing against Divya. Nothing against her. She is also simply sensational. World Junior Champion last year, Olympiad gold medal winner, and now this. I think you must give kudos to her. So, thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this update. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. You only have the India versus England fourth test. You have the Women's Chess World Cup, and you also have Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty in the China Open, hopefully getting into the final. Remember, it's a 1,000 event, and it will be truly remarkable if they can win that. So, bye bye. See you soon.